Just a man on a mission, ambition to never fail. Personality electric, he is animated male. Intelligent and wise, calm and often cool. Chris James giving opinions while also speaking the truth. Empathy and compassion. Stephen Michael is here, helping you through your traumas, helping you with your fears. These three forces combine and keep it honest. Turn up the volume, cause this is the application of knowledge.
Welcome to the Application of Knowledge podcast. I am Animated Mel. We have Chris James here. We have Stephen Michael here. And we are on episode 117. Keeping it clean.
17 is my lucky number.
17 specifically? Mm-hmm. Why? Because it equals 8 and it's about money?
Oh, wow. No, I didn't think of that, but no, that's my number. I always play it when I go to the casino.
17.
Yeah. So I was playing roulette when I was in Florida for my birthday.
Oh.
And
okay, go ahead.
Yeah.
Look, let's spend a little money.
I lost a little bit.
Lose a little.
I always have a thing when I play roulette. You know, I start off with $40, and then when I win and I double my money, I usually take $40 in those chips and I put it in my pocket. So no matter what happens, I'm playing with their money and I always win or break even. But there wasn't any machines or any actual tables available. It was a Saturday night, and it was busy. So I had to play on the the electronic.
That's how they get you.
Oh, those machines. Yeah.
Right. So they actually spin the ball. It's a real ball, but I can't take my money out. Right. So, I mean, you can, but it's just, you got to print out a ticket. It's just not, it's too much. Right. Yeah. And then I have to put the ticket back in if I want to, keep playing. And then it reads all of the money that's there. It doesn't work for my system. And I always start off, and I used to start on red or black, but I always one chip on 17, every single roll, no matter what. And I was down. Like, man, well, I was going up and down. And then 17 hit. And then I went up I was up like $117 because I was only, I just was putting $1 on it because at least if $1 hits, it's 1 to 36 odds. So you put $1 on it, you win 36, right? So those are huge odds. Mm-hmm. And so that hit, and I think I may have had more than $1 on it, but something happened. I was down, and then I think I won like $96 on that one, and I was really up. And I should have just took my money out and left, but it happened.
$96?
Yeah,
that's not a lot.
I mean, when you're only playing with a very small amount of money,
yeah,
it's a lot based upon what you start with.
Here we go again with the relativity conversation.
Like
it's relative.
1 to 36. So if I put $100 on it, it'd been $3,600. Would that be a lot
to win?
Would that be a lot?
I'm asking to win.
You said $96 isn't a lot. A lot to what?
To win.
Okay, so is $3,600 a lot to win?
It's a decent amount.
Okay, it's the same relativity.
It's a decent amount. So if you put $1,000 on and you win $36,000, then what is that?
Hey, now we
okay, but are you willing to bet $1,000 every spin? You're gonna lose that? Are you willing to bet that?
I'm not willing to bet 20.
Okay, so then $96 is a lot.
Okay, I respect that. If you consider $96 a lot, go ahead.
You don't gamble, do you?
No.
Oh, okay. All right.
I gambled, but I'm not a big fan of gambling.
I mean, I'm not either, but that's what I'm saying. You don't. I don't think that you really understand. Like,
I gamble on the math.
I completely understand.
I'd gamble on the math.
I've gambled.
I don't think you do because winning 1 to 36 is a lot, and I understand that $96. Yeah, the odds are 1 to 36. Mm-hmm. Right, so for every one you get 36,
and if you landed on you got
17. The 17 is black.
From the 17, you got $96.
Well, I think that I also had. I think I played 17 and I played the color black. So I won off of the color black. I also won off the one chip that I had on 17.
Yeah,
and then that netted me $96. I don't spend a lot. I don't win a lot.
You should play 17 only.
I mean, you could, but you're going to lose a lot.
Yeah,
it's not worth it.
How many rolls was it before you hit 17?
I don't know, probably
50,
10, 15.
That bad, man. It's not that bad.
It's-
Think about the odds.
How many rolls would it be? But I could have easily gone 30 rolls and not hit
You
it.
didn't.
Yep, it's not worth it to play that way.
I don't really care. I would bet on the Mavs.
The Mavericks? Dallas Mavericks? Like to win this series, the entire thing?
I think that I think that they really shouldn't have won the second game.
Don't say anything to me about this. The only thing I want to hear is you agreeing.
They shouldn't have won the second game.
I think that the Timberwolves really were the better team in that game.
Uh-oh.
They won in the last seconds.
that game,
Michael Jordan won in the last seconds many
that
times.
game was back and forth. We're talking about game two
Game
of the
two.
Western Conference Finals. And that game was both. It's close.
I think and so was game one.
Yes.
I'm just saying.
Are
What
you
I'm
saying
saying.
the refs tipped it
No.
in their favor?
I'm not. I didn't say that
I mean,
at
the
all.
Timberwolves were at the free throw line way more than the Mavericks were. So if anything,
Well, the Mavericks are at home too, so they should be getting the
No,
calls.
they're
But they weren't at home.
no, they were both
game two.
No,
Oh, that's right. I'm tripping. You're right because they lost both at home. That's right. Yeah.
yeah. So I'm just like they have the advantage, the Timberwolves, because they have the home field advantage. But I mean, I could see how you could say that that they should have won because there's some like, damn, if he would have made this, like fuck.
I mean, when the Timberwolves lost game one, I think the stat, because I saw it, I think the stat was like him and the other dude, I can't think of his name, not Gobert, but they went 8 for 23. Edwards and Jay. Cat, yeah. They were 8 for 23 together. And then they lost by a few points. So I was just like, okay, they're going to come back and win game two. So
Yeah.
I'm not going to lie. I mean, I know we live in Dallas, but
Yo,
I'm not.
be careful
I'm not.
with what you say next.
Because
Because
you said I'm not gonna lie, right?
right,
So,
right.
yeah.
It sounds like you're about to lie.
It sounds like you about to lie.
It sounds like you're about to lie.
Go ahead.
I don't know.
See, I'm a Kyrie fan, bro.
I understand.
I like nigga. I want him to win.
I want him to get a ring.
Yeah,
He has a
another
ring.
Another ring.
Oh,
Without
okay.
LeBron.
He got the first ring with LeBron.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I thought I didn't. I forgot.
Yeah, he got one in Cleveland.
When he went back. When LeBron went back.
I don't. I mean,
okay.
I mean, honestly, like, I don't know, man. Anthony Edwards, I like him. I really like him.
Yeah. He's young.
I mean,
Okay.
he is.
He's going to be the next.
So he's
Yeah.
got plenty of time. He don't got to get one now.
Hey, listen, I'm not saying that I don't have a dog in this fight.
Well then,
Yeah, because there's literally no team left in the NBA right now that I'm just like, go. Because my team is Miami and Golden State.
Yeah.
and y'all are wild,
But I like Kyrie, and I also like Anthony Edwards, but I like Kyrie much more.
I don't dislike Kyrie. Somebody said they're going to try to get LeBron.
They're trying to get LeBron.
No, they're not. But they were just saying.
he's-
like,
on the Mavs.
Nah, he's staying in.
He would
LA.
come if Bronny was coming.
Yeah.
well, we're going to see what happens.
That's how you get Kyrie and LeBron back
But,
together.
I mean, Bronny might not even
play.
get drafted.
I'm pretty sure he is.
I think he's.
He did well at the combine.
He did well at the combine. Yeah.
I think he's going to get drafted because he's LeBron's son.
Well, he personally, I mean, he has said he doesn't want that. But it doesn't matter what he wants.
It doesn't matter.
Right,
And
I
you
understand.
can't control that.
But I think that's PR, right? You just say, I don't want no, and that's good for you to say.
No, he does. He don't want to live in LeBron's shadow.
And I completely understand it, but if the shadow is so big, that's like saying I don't want to live in darkness and you live on earth. It's not possible.
Yeah.
You're going to get advantages because, he's your dad. You're going to have disadvantages. There's going to be expectations of you. It's just simply what it is. And unfortunately, he's not LeBron, right? No. I think that no matter, LeBron is the one that really kind of started this by saying, I want to play with my boy. Like, I want to play with Bronny. Like, and it makes sense. Mm-hmm. So he's put that pressure on the media and Bronny. Mm-hmm. And, but now people were like really concerned and like, we don't know because he had that last season at USC, I think it was. And
because he took the freaking, the ouchie.
The Fauci ouchie.
And then he had that heart condition. They were like, "Oh, it's the heart condition." I'm like, "Nigga, no, it wasn't a heart condition. It was the ouchie Fauci, the Fauci ouchie." So, but people were waiting for him to go to the combine, and he did really well. He did well in shooting. He did well in his vertical. He did well. He looked good. So he looked
Comparably speaking.
Comparably to other NBA current players, he could play in the league.
Okay.
He's not. A lot of times when these people they're talking about him, they're looking at him like, "Oh, LeBron." Like, nigga, he's not LeBron.
Yeah, he's not because he doesn't have his height.
He's
he doesn't
not.
have his strength. Doesn't have his size.
No.
Like, dude is like 6'3" with shoes on.
He's
with
a
shoes, he's 6'1".
He's a tiny guy.
Damn, shoes give you 2 inches now?
Or 6'1.5".
What kind of shoes do you wear?
Well, it gives you
like
something.
half an inch. It gives you
I mean, because LeBron is like 6'10" when he has his shoes on, but his height, like normally, is like 6'8" or so.
thought it was 6'9".
Yeah, it's
Man, they
probably
be
something
changing
like
their
Yeah,
heights.
they really do.
that.
Like,
The heights change because they don't measure them with shoes on, and a
Well-
lot of times they counteract. They take into account of their shoes.
They brought in somebody into the league a few years ago, a company, because before it wasn't standardized. The teams would do it. And then so they would change sometimes. So they brought somebody into the league a few years ago to standardize the heights. And all the heights changed. Maybe it was 5 years ago. It was 3 to 5 years ago.
I remember that.
And then I think there was this thing like I feel like LeBron got shorter.
it's ridiculous. Who cares?
I mean, when people
The height is the least most important stat. What?
I don't know.
What? What stat?
I don't really think height is a stat though. It's more like a.
I mean,
It's a
it's a statistic.
okay. But I'm just talking about just in far. But yeah, okay.
That's my point.
But no, height makes a very big difference.
No.
Height makes a difference in the NBA.
No, Mel. The statistic.
Okay.
I'm not talking about.
Expound. What do you mean? What do you mean the statistic of the height? What does that mean?
If you're a numbers guy, right, and you're
Chris the numbers guy.
and you're looking at rebounds, free throws, assists, and you're betting, and you're doing all of this, no one takes into account height.
Okay, yeah.
It doesn't matter if how tall was Dennis Rodman? Like 6'7", 6'6", something like that, 6'7", something like that. It doesn't matter because he's getting rebounds over the 7-foot guy.
Yeah.
So it doesn't. What I'm saying is the stat that matters is the rebound. The height doesn't matter. You get what I'm saying?
I understand that. I mean,
You're gonna come back anyway.
Athleticism also makes a difference.
We're not talking about athleticism.
Well, I am.
What is the statistic?
Russell Westbrook, he is 6'3".
Okay.
And he's like one of the more athletic people out
Right.
there, and he gets a lot of rebounds.
Okay.
Over 7.
So you're making my point for me?
I'm adding on to it.
I appreciate it.
You know what I mean? Nigga, we can have conflict, but I'm not trying to conflict. There's no conflict here.
I didn't know what
Nigga,
was
let's
going
beef,
on.
cuz. Let's go.
I didn't know what was going on.
No, I'm just saying, like, the height does make a difference, but like if people were betting, they wouldn't, necessarily go for a particular shorter person over a taller person if they're putting rebounds.
Right. So I'm talking about statistics.
People like to see height on NBA players.
Yeah.
It's period.
Yeah. So
I'm not saying I understand what you're saying.
I don't, but
No. I understand. I didn't say I agree with it.
Okay.
But I understand what you're saying.
Give me your counter argument.
I think that height does matter.
Okay.
Right? When you look at a stat sheet and you look at somebody who is 7 foot, right, and you're putting somebody at center, if you have a 7 foot center versus a 6'8" center, right, which could, depending on the size of the team, that could be. I mean, that matters. Could the 6'8" center be more athletic? Sure. Could he be more aggressive? Sure.
Could he jump
But you
higher?
do get
Sure. Could he get more rebounds?
Sure. I mean, you
all
could.
of those things can be true, and he could be shorter.
That's correct. But when we're talking about looking at a player, and you are looking at if you're looking at the position, height matters for that position. You don't want to have. You don't want to have. You wouldn't want to have a 6'2" power forward.
So then,
it wouldn't.
So my question is, what statistic is more? I didn't say it was worthless and no one cares about it at all.
I'm not saying
I
that.
said it is the least most important. I'm asking you which statistic is less important than height. Meaning,
no, I think height is probably one of the more important things.
Okay, so then
your
tell
height
me
includes
specifically.
wingspan.
Tell me specifically which stat is wingspan a stat? If you get,
everything is a stat.
If you get someone's
They're vertical. That's a stat.
Yeah,
all these are
it's
stats.
It's on their basketball card.
Yeah. They put that in there because Bronny, his wingspan is like 6'6".
Okay, so tell me the stat. Y'all get my question? I'm asking you which statistic is least more important than height.
Well, let's Google it because
No, I'm asking y'all for your opinion.
Oh well.
So
least,
what?
Which statistic is?
Are we talking about? Are we talking about?
stat.
So we're not. Hold on. When you're talking about statistics, because you brought up rebounds, but we're talking about height. Right? So can they compare to each other? Yes. But when we're talking about stats or filling what we call a stat sheet, your rebounds is the same with blocks. Rebounds is assists. That's points. That's field goals. That's free throws. Yeah. That's one category, right? Yeah. And then you have height. Then also under height, right? You would have wingspan. You would have their weight, right? There's the physical, their vertical, those type of statistics. So I mean, me personally, depending on the player, if you're talking about their physicality and what is more important, I mean, less important. I mean, unless you're like, depending on what position you're playing.
Jesus Christ.
What do you mean?
Give me the answer.
I'm trying to explain.
I mean, I understand what Steven's saying because it's not like hey, this is what it is. It just depends.
You brought up two different types of statistics.
I'm asking. In general, you can use any stat you want. I'm asking you which one is.
I think that
turnovers. Well, I would say
what
turnovers. I would say
no. How?
No, I disagree.
Because I think all of them impact the game differently. But there's not a less thing.
So if I'm 7'3", but I turn over every game, you think that's?
I think that
I'm not saying that's my answer. I'm just naming things because nigga, what you're asking.
I gave my answer.
You said height, but that's the most important thing in basketball.
No, it's not. Muggsy Bogues was 5'3"?
Yeah. Okay. Well, what if you have five teams of Muggsy Bogues?
Huh?
What if you have a team full of Muggsy Bogues?
Bro, they would be lit.
Yeah,
no, they wouldn't.
Because they would be very
fucking destroyed.
They would destroy.
It would be hard to keep up with them. They're tricky, man.
Chris.
No, because you guys aren't actually answering my question. So
I'm trying
if you
to
answer my question, then that means my statement stands.
Well, once again, I was trying to categorize.
I just want you to give me an answer.
The type of listen, I was creating my answer.
I don't care anymore.
Nope. Well,
I don't care anymore.
I said I'm about to look up every stat.
If you were talking about physicality, because that's what we're talking about when it comes to height, I would say that a player's vertical is less important than his height.
How?
Because if they're tall, they don't need a crazy vertical.
Okay, but if they're shorter and they have a... Okay, so if... No, hold on. If I'm Dennis Rodman and I have a better vertical than the other team's center, right? So much so that I can jump high, I can get higher than them, right? Their height is now nullified.
That depends on how tall they are.
No, I'm telling you the situation. I'm saying if I'm whatever 6'6",
I would say assist.
And ow, how y'all aren't making no sense. Your height gets you no points. It just because you're tall doesn't mean that you're going to get points, rebounds, assists, turnovers. It doesn't mean anything.
But it plays an impact on if you're going to get drafted or not. Or
no,
it plays.
Your height plays a role. There's a reason that when coaches and they go into the combine, they look at their height and they say, "Man, he's really small. He's a power forward, but he's really small."
Your height,
that matters.
But okay,
all that
for your
stuff
position
is way important.
Yes, it matters.
But I get what.
Is it important?
I understand what y'all are saying.
Is it important for a center to have a 40-inch vertical?
No, listen. I understand.
No. Yes or no? Is it important for a center to have a 40-inch vertical? Is it important?
It's not a requirement.
Is it important?
It would be incredible. That person would probably be unstoppable.
It would be, but
they would probably be unstoppable.
Okay, but what's more important for them to be?
So I'm not going to say don't take the 40.
What's more important for a center?
Give the center the 40.
Really athletic, or for them to actually be tall?
Give them this. Bro, honestly, to be honest with you, I don't understand what y'all are saying because if my center is shorter than the other team's center, but he can jump higher, meaning
he'll be at a disadvantage.
Meaning that he can get higher than the center on the other team.
I mean,
You're saying it's not important for the center to be able to jump.
That's not
But
what
if
I
we
said.
take the height and the wingspan, and let's just say it's 9 feet or whatever, height and wingspan, and that nigga has a 2-inch vertical, and the other guy can jump 10 feet, that means when the
Wow, these
toss-up...
got really extreme.
When the
2 inches versus 2 feet.
No.
That's a 22-inch difference.
I'm saying the center's max height, like as high as he can go in the sky, it's 9 feet. But you have someone else who can go 10 feet in the air. It doesn't matter the height because I can jump and get up higher than you.
You know why it also does matter? Because when you're playing the game and you're in the third and fourth quarter, you're tired. You're not gonna be able to jump.
God, y'all are killing me.
No, this is real.
I agree with that.
So why'd you get all flustered?
I didn't.
I understand what you're saying.
No, you don't, because
I do
understand.
understand.
I didn't say height didn't matter.
You said it's one of the least most important things.
Yes. So
do they ask when you watch a basketball game? Do they say, "Damn, did you guys know that he had a 46-inch vertical?" No, they talk about height more than they talk about vertical. You said what is a stat that is less important than height? I gave you an answer. It's vertical. That's my answer, and I'm using a statistic based upon their physicality, which is the same as height. That's my answer.
So then, how do you rectify if someone is?
But did Shaq have a big vertical?
Hold on, Steven. We're not.
Was Shaq dominant and athletic?
Bro, listen.
Guess who gave him some of his hardest times? Yao Ming. Why? Because he was so much taller.
Steven.
Even when he was getting bodied, Yao Ming was so long he could still block his shot.
Man, you letting Steve get you. Steve got you. Steve got you cornered, Chris. Fight back, Chris. Fight back.
Once again.
What's up?
I didn't say height didn't matter.
Okay, you said it's the least important.
It was okay. So then you said vertical. We're not talking about Shaq. Okay, Shaq's vertical was absolutely trash.
I gave you an example.
We're not talking about Shaq. We're talking about vertical.
I gave you an example.
So can I ask my question?
Well, you understand my example, though, right? I gave an example.
Inconsequential
It's not inconsequential. What do you mean? How do you nullify my?
We're not talking about Shaq versus Yao Ming.
I compared two centers. One who is shorter, who's more athletic in Shaq, and one who is taller.
You gave a very specific, bro.
What?
Steven.
I gave you a literal. It wasn't make believe, Chris. This is real life. You can go back and watch the games.
I know.
Shaq is shorter and he's more athletic. Yao Ming is much taller.
And he
has a longer wingspan.
And he's stronger too, right?
No, what? Shaq is the most dominant center ever.
Bro, you saying that doesn't know. Yao Ming was what, like 7'9"?
No, he wasn't 7'9".
He was a giant.
Like 7'2", something like that.
7'2",
something like that. He had really long arms. I don't know how tall he was.
I'll just look it up.
He was very tall, and he had very long arms. That's
like 7'5".
That's what made him extremely dominant.
Can I ask my question? You made your point.
Ask your question.
Can I ask my question now?
7'6". Yao Ming.
I told y'all.
How tall is Shaq?
Like 7'1".
Yeah, he's like 7'2".
So okay,
bro, 6 inches.
So height
7
matters.
inches. Oh, huh?
So height matters.
It's not just the height. It's the size.
7'1".
Okay.
It's the size. It's the mass. What are we talking about?
Okay, so I said
it's the package.
I'm not
talking packages.
I said verticality matters least.
No,
it
bro.
matters less than height.
Let me ask my question.
That was my answer.
I get it. I have a follow-up question.
Ask your question. Go ahead.
So now we're moving the goalposts.
I'll be the narrator.
We're not moving the goalposts. You're trying to move it by talking about Shaq and Yao Ming.
I answered your question, and I gave you an example.
Okay. So, in a situation where player 1 is 7'6" or 7'5",
All right.
7'6", and player 2 is 7'1", but player 2 can physically get higher than the 7'6" player, right? So when it's tip-off time, they throw the ball up in the air, it goes 15 feet up, and as it comes down, the two players jump as high up in the sky as they can get. The one player jumps higher. He can get higher than the other player. Who gets the ball? Who gets the ball?
The one who can jump higher.
You're okay. Great.
I rest my case. So vertical beats height, right?
And maybe in tip off.
Oh my God. You can't even concede to that.
I just said
No,
maybe
you
in
said
tip off.
maybe.
Have you ever watched a tip off where the taller person usually wins?
Obvious. Oh my God.
And then sometimes the shorter person does?
Steven, because they're all bigs, right? They're all bigs. None of them can jump.
Chris,
None of them can jump.
You created a scenario, which I'm okay with. I gave you a real scenario.
Said maybe. Bro, we can't. The reason I'm being general.
Just because you can jump higher doesn't mean you're going to get the ball.
Right, because there's other factors involved. But if those were the only two factors that were relevant, because this is a hypothetical.
We didn't say in tip off. We said in statistics. Give me a statistic that is least. I don't even know how you said it. What is less important than height? And I gave you one. Because verticality, your vertical is less important, and I gave you a literal, real life scenario
where
it doesn't matter. I gave you one. I gave you one. You created something.
Okay,
I gave you one.
Okay, so in that scenario, who had the better vertical?
I don't know who had
exactly.
a better. I believe
So
Shaq would have the better.
So you're
vertical.
using.
Second one.
I believe Shaq would have a better vertical.
The play in
Player
Steve?
2 that you said the one can jump higher. The 7'1" guy.
Okay.
Yeah.
I believe Shaq would have a better vertical. He's more athletic.
Okay. So then, when you said that Shaq, he got the most trouble from Yao Ming, right?
Yeah.
Who was the most dominant player?
Shaq.
Who was shorter?
Shaq.
Who had the higher vertical?
What are we talking?
I'm asking questions. I'm just
okay,
asking
great.
questions.
Shaq.
Okay. I rest my case.
And then who dominated Shaq?
Steven.
No. Answer my question. I just answered all your questions very directly. Answer mine.
When you say dominated,
I
need
here we go.
clarification.
Here we go. I didn't need clarification. I gave you direct, clear answers.
Because, bro, when you say who dominated, it's like you're
Chris.
So you're saying that you're saying every time they matched up, he got owned.
Shaq was the only person that was able to truly give Shaq real trouble in the NBA, with him being the most dominant player, was Yao Ming.
Does that mean that he lost against Yao Ming every time?
What do you mean? I didn't say that he lost every time.
So then when you say who dominated Shaq, wouldn't we have to go to the statistics to know how many times?
So now Shaq and Yao Ming are determining who wins?
Huh?
You said who lost? Win-loss?
Steven,
so you're saying that these two people determine who wins?
Wait a minute. So you're telling me you take the most dominant superstar on your team out of play, and that doesn't determine who wins?
That nigga still had Kobe.
So Kobe.
Oh my God!
No,
Chris, you're just talking in circles.
I'm not talking.
I gave you an answer.
I tried to keep it sterile. I tried not to go into individuals.
What do you mean? I gave you a real.
Now that you gave us a real life scenario, we got to keep digging now, right?
I've already given you a real scenario. I've given you words from Shaq himself.
I know the words.
And then I gave you a reason that Shaq is shorter. Shaq is more athletic. Shaq is more dominant, and Yao Ming was dominating him because he was taller. So I'm saying that because he was taller, he was able to then give Shaq a lot of trouble, making it that height matters.
The fact that
Shaq was more athletic, your vertical jump is less important when it comes to physicality statistics than height. That is my answer.
The fact that you think...
Stay on topic.
The fact that you think... I have so many ways I can go with this.
Closing arguments on this particular...
That was my closing argument.
The fact that you think vertical is less important than height, because you're giving an example where it's the most impactful. Like, it's going to impact bigs more than any other player. And then your power forwards, and then your forwards, and then your shooting guards, and then your guards. The basically half the team isn't even going to be recognized by this argument. Maybe the power forwards and the centers. The rest of the team is less impacted by height and is more impacted by vertical, and that's your argument.
Ask a coach if they want a 6'4" power forward or if they'd rather have a 6'9" power forward.
Yeah, they'll do the 6'9", regardless of the vertical. They would.
They're not even going to add. They're not
I just gave you the power forward. I just gave it to you. I said the centers and the power forwards. I just gave you that.
Okay. So would you rather have? Okay. Well, in those regards, and those players matter.
Yeah, I know.
And holistically, height matters.
I don't care anymore.
So.
Oh no, you don't.
So
I don't.
Let's push.
This is pointless.
Let's push.
You're the one that brought it up.
You're trying to make it seem like I'm saying you keep giving these nuanced answers as if
Oh
I
my
said
God!
that
How
height
are they
doesn't matter.
nuanced? They're not nuanced.
No, because you're cherry picking. You're saying
how am I cherry
Bro,
picking?
you're
There's
not-
only 5 positions, Chris.
Steven.
I gave you 2.
You gave me 2. That means there's 3. That means the other.
Oh, I'm sorry. I need to be 50%.
No,
with you asked me a question. Or I'm sorry, you asked me and Mel a question. I don't know why Mel's not saying anything.
So
he's not
if
giving no examples. He's not doing. He's not helping
so
at all.
if you have a 6'6" Michael Jordan.
Hey,
No. Because what he did was he cherry picked. So I'm gonna cherry pick. You have a 6'6" Michael Jordan. He has all his other skill set, but his vertical is trash.
I never said it was trash. I never said anything it was about was trash. If you're gonna use Michael Jordan, use him as him.
He has a good vertical.
I know he does because it's important.
So stop making up something when I gave you a real life situation.
Because it's important.
Okay, well you're making stuff up. I gave you
you're
something
saying
real.
vertical is the least.
I said it's less important than height.
It's less important than height.
It is.
But
in my opinion.
But if Michael Jordan's, I'm asking if his vertical wasn't what it is. He didn't have an incredible vertical. Is he still Michael Jordan? Yes or no?
Yeah.
He can still shoot. He can still guard. He was very good defensive. Right? His vertical was really about him being able to dunk and do his layups.
Bro.
Right? I get it. It's as a scorer. I didn't say it's not even. I didn't say it's not important. But his athleticism in totality is what makes him Michael Jordan. His intelligence, his ability to his defense. There's other things.
There's other players. What's Kyrie's vertical?
If Michael Jordan was 6 foot, would he be Michael Jordan?
Yeah.
What? If he was 6 foot versus 6'6", that extra 6 inches
with the same vertical.
He's not the same person, right? I'm not saying that it's. I'm not saying
you can't remove both. He's got to at least still have his vertical.
Sure, he can have his vertical still, but that 6 inches changes things.
It sure does, Steven. But I think that
when you
34.5 inches is
Kyrie's is
so Bronny Bronny is taller and he has a higher vertical than Kyrie.
Why are we bringing up Bronny now?
I'm just saying. I'm just making a point.
So and Jordan's was what, like 40?
This nigga John Morant is 46.
That's crazy.
Is Jordan's like 44 or something like that?
Let me see. This nigga is jumping out the gym.
And Josh tall.
Oh, so height matters.
Oh, damn.
He has both.
Damn, Jordan's 48.
Okay, 48. 48.
Okay, great. What does that mean?
What I'm saying is, Steven, you tried to justify.
I did not say that vertical didn't matter.
No, but
I said that it is less important.
I don't. What else?
All these stats are important.
They're all important.
Y'all are the same argument you're trying to make against me downplaying vertical right now is the same argument that I'm making. The same argument you're making. You think that I'm downplaying height.
No.
And right now, I think you're downplaying vertical. Neither one of us are saying that they're unimportant.
Because I can't concede because you don't give any ground.
Every statistic is important. They're NBA players, they're elite athletes. They're all important. My argument was that the height mattered least because if we look at height versus points, which one is more important? If we look at height versus rebound, I'm saying like
but you're keep it. That's why I said keep it where it's at. Don't move over into height versus points. Height versus rebounds. Height versus assists. Like no. If we're talking about height, we're talking about a physical statistic.
That's just you.
It's a physical statistic, not just. It could have been wingspan. It could have been foot size. These are physical statistics.
You put it in that. All I was saying.
What you're
trying to do is you're trying to compartmentalize the argument, and that's not what I was doing. What I was trying to say originally was that height is inconsequential as long as you are getting the other stats, points, rebounds. No, it's not what I said. But that was the point that I was making.
I just want to say you're the one that posed the question, and I successfully
Steven,
answered your question.
Yes, you did. I still don't agree with you.
Hey.
I still don't agree.
Okay.
I think
In the same vein of basketball,
Mel said assists.
nigga, I don't know, because I think they're all important. But regardless, in the same vein of
All lives matter.
In basketball, there is recently, Caitlan Clark. She's a very successful college basketball player who's recently made it to the WNBA. She's a pro. And we also have Angel Reese, who was a good, successful college player who made it to the WNBA. She's now a pro.
Who's winning more?
Angel Reese's team. But
So the only stat that
Nigga!
No.
Sorry, no, go ahead.
You can't get frustrated when you ain't adding nothing to the argument.
nigga,
You could have easily
That-
jumped in and started to steer things.
I tried.
Nah,
He
you
said
didn't try hard
assist.
enough. You said assist.
We-
Nigga, that was a horrible. We
No,
just
no, 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 no,
You're
no.
now
was
you're gonna have us
horrible.
against you.
Well,
You was
fine.
about to both come up right. You was about to get jumped on.
So Caitlan Clark.
Wow.
Caitlan Clark, they got because you niggas keep talking about this height shit.
Hey, talk about Caitlan. Come on.
Damn.
How tall is Caitlan?
Nigga.
I think she's 6'2".
Height doesn't matter in the girls' league, does it?
Yes.
Nah, it definitely
Yes,
matters.
it definitely
It's
matters.
the only thing that matters. It's the only thing
All right,
that matters.
nigga.
Why are you frustrated?
Because you niggas is talking
No,
about
I'm,
this
like,
fucking height
I'm
shit
curious
for
if-
30 minutes,
if
and
you-
I'm trying to progress this conversation.
If we
that we're
went-
supposed to end fucking short. How many reels
Why
do you
are
want me to make?
why are
about
you-
fucking height, vertical, and niggas jumping?
No, so-
how many fucking reels am I going to make about jumping, height, and vertical?
all you-
Nigga, I need variety. Let's push this bitch to a different conversation. Fuck the men, fuck height. We talking about these. You feel me?
Okay.
I'ma bleep that
So
shit.
if the height conversation was in the WNBA, I would concede to Steven. I rest my case.
Anywho, okay, they have been in the league just recently. And now that they're in the league, there's a lot of hype, there's a bunch of attention, there's a lot of celebrities, they're going to the games, they're filling the crowds, they're finally giving the women private planes and some of the perks that you get from being in the NBA and getting all this attention. And this is primarily and specifically because of Caitlan Clark and the attention that she's getting, the sponsors that she's getting.
Angel didn't play a part in that? Wasn't there rivalry? Like,
she played a part in it, but Caitlan, she's the
catalyst.
she's that one. And now that they're getting all this attention and all this stuff.
hold on, I'm sorry. I'm not trying to cut. I'm just curious.
Do you fizzle?
When they got the record for the most views, who was she? Caitlan Clark was playing. Who was she playing against?
Nigga, it was probably talking about college.
Yeah, it was the NCAA. It was not the championship, but it was one of the final.
Yeah,
it was one of
you know
those
what
games.
I'm talking about.
Was it LSU or was it
I thought it was LSU, but I could be wrong. I
didn't watch that.
Okay.
It might have been LSU because it was a rematch.
Yeah.
With
I just
Angel
feel, okay.
Reese.
Go ahead.
Yeah, but so now that they're getting all the attention, Caitlan Clark and Angel Reese, because of their lore, and now there's women who are currently in the NBA who are exhibiting, I guess
Keep it 100.
bitch-like behavior.
Yeah,
You know
they're
what I mean?
hating.
On Caitlan.
Yeah, they're hating hard.
They're hating on Caitlan, but they're also hating on Angel too. Mainly Caitlan, but also Angel.
Wow. There's
And-
no pleasing these chicks.
Bro.
And they're hating them obviously because
The attention.
but also they feel as if they have been putting in the work, they've been getting all these high stats, and they've been performing up to a level, and they're upset and jealous that these girls who just come into the league,
Rookies.
they get all the attention and they get everything that they probably have been wanting. And so now, like when they're playing the games and stuff, they're like doing like crazy hard fouls and
Ooh.
they're
Spicy.
they're basically like going hard on fucking rookies.
Yeah.
It's like they're rookies.
Yeah.
So instead of being grateful that eyes are being highlighted and put on the league, because until this, no one was paying attention to women's sports.
No, it was women's
we'll say
basketball.
women's basketball.
Yeah, sorry, yeah, women's basketball to this level because nigga, I was literally in the barbershop yesterday, and then the people that were talking there, dude was like, yeah, man, they got some of these WNBA games, man. I gotta start checking some of these out, and I'm just like, oh,
It's crazy.
Like
right?
I'm in the barbershop,
Right, in the barbershop talking about WNBA games.
and they're talking about WNBA games, and now so. I guess what are your thoughts on that particular situation, coming into the league, bringing attention to the league, but receiving hate and getting hard fouled? Like Angel Reese, like they had this video I just saw, it was last night or early this morning, where like Angel Reese was trying to go up for a rebound, and like it was like this girl, it looked like she had her in the fucking chokehold.
Yeah, it looks like it.
I was just like, damn, this is hard foul. She ended up getting ejected from the game, so. What do you think about this entire situation?
I think that that I know more women's basketball players right now than I've ever known before. Right? So I can name you more right now that are in the league or new than the entire history of
Caitlan
the
Clark
WNBA.
and Angel Reese.
Right?
Well, there's more. They have that.
Well, I mean, Cameron Brink,
yeah.
Cardoza, there's Sharon
Brittany
or Shell.
Griner.
There's a couple of them.
I got Lexi
I just gave you the 4. That's more than I could have ever named before.
Lexi Brown.
I mean, I've literally watched highlights. The only highlights I've watched of the WNBA is of them missing dunks and just bad highlights. Like these women, in totality, have changed society around the WNBA, and in the catalyst of that is Caitlan Clark, right? So what they should be doing, like I watched some of the games, and like these women were stunned at the crowds. They've never played in crowds in packed arenas before.
Like sold out
Crowds. They've never.
Now, are they selling out across the board or just when Caitlan Clark and Sir?
I can't speak for all the other teams.
They're up.
Right? They're all in
up.
totality.
Yeah,
yes.
they're getting treated. They're getting the first class treatment and all of that. So,
But anywhere you go, where Los Angeles, Chicago, Indiana, anywhere that they're playing, they're selling out
easily
because of Caitlan Clark. Now, even if you look at Angel Reese, right? I mean, they love Angel Reese, right? But honestly, until last year, and this is just me, but until last year, when Angel Reese and Caitlan Clark got into it, and we talked about that on the podcast, where she was just like, what was it, like, you can't see me, da-da, that situation, had no idea who Angel Reese was.
But
right?
you knew who Caitlan was.
I've heard her name, but I didn't know who Angel Reese was.
I didn't know
right?
either one.
But then the year after that, so this year, I knew who Angel Reese was, and so did the world. And they also really knew who Caitlan Clark was. So if you didn't know her in 2023, you knew her in 2024. So people have been following. This woman sold, I think she sold out like all of the jerseys. They sold out of Caitlan Clark jerseys in Indiana. Like in the team.
They probably didn't have that many to begin with.
Well, they knew they were coming. It doesn't matter. Okay. But they sold. That's a big deal.
And they get a big cut on their jerseys.
I don't think that the players do.
It's better than what the men get.
I don't think the players get a cut at all.
If the men,
I don't think the players get a cut of their jersey.
the jersey sales. I would think they do. I can look it up. Let's see.
I know that.
I would imagine that would go into the salary. You get paid.
I know that.
Why would you get jersey? I don't.
I know that there is a statistic that is really like in favor of women. Like when you play women's basketball, like it's some statistic as far as like either how much money they bring in versus how much they get paid. Or
that for sure. They don't bring in any money.
Sales. Yeah, I know, but I'm saying like. There was some. I heard something where it's like
50-50.
It's 50-50.
Oh, for jersey sales?
Yeah.
Is that for men and
broadcast money and jersey sales?
And what is it for men? Can you see what?
I think that's just in
I didn't
general.
look up male or female.
Oh, okay.
I didn't know that. Go. Sorry, continue. Were you done? Okay, so at the end of the day, to answer your question, right? I just want to give a little context, but to answer your question, I think that the women in the WNBA that were already there are not all of them. It's not all of them, but a lot of them are being extremely ungrateful because of the media, because of the hype and the allure and all of the stuff that's happening around Caitlan Clark. They are intentionally playing her hard. They are intentionally playing her hard. Like, well, y'all should have been playing like this you should have been playing this for years, right? But now all of a sudden they want to step their game up. So even when she's getting played hard, she is causing not just her team, she's causing the WNBA in totality to be better.
Right.
Like, this girl is, I don't know what it is about her. She's bona fide.
I mean, she's a beast, though.
I'm not saying that she is, but I'm saying, like
for her, like, she.
I didn't say she wasn't.
I think she.
I said she was bona fide.
I know. I'm just adding on.
No, you said
I'm not saying what you're not saying. I'm just saying. She's a beast. And she's brought, like, even though they have a losing record, like her team.
As they should.
She has the most points. Like, every single time, she has the most points. She's garnering all the defense.
Did she get drafted? She was the first.
She's the number one pick.
She got drafted to the
worst
team. And guess what? Indiana, for the last 2 years in a row, had the number one pick. What does that tell you? They are bad.
They're shitty.
But
their
also
team is bad.
Two good players.
Two's not enough, and just because you get drafted number one doesn't mean you're going to be the greatest thing since sliced bread.
No, for sure. I mean, look, never mind.
Who are you going to say?
Zion.
Oh, okay.
Zion's a beast. That's why I kind of stopped.
Zion be down in New Orleans. He needs to move. He needs to
I'm not
trade
saying
it.
he's not a beast.
He's actually good.
I'm
He
not
is
saying
good,
he's
but
not
he'd
a
be
beast.
better if he stopped eating them all that New Orleans food. He would.
I think his body's just not built to do the things that he wants to do.
He said himself, like, I really struggle to keep my weight right because this food is so good down here.
Yeah, he'll say
He
that
needs to go to
because that's
Utah.
the narrative that's pushed. Like, they keep pushing that, but they don't mention his body's just not.
What do you mean?
But because the media and everyone anytime they talk about Zion doing negative, they bring up his weight. And I'm not saying that's not a factor, because it is a factor, but it's also because, like, he's injury prone.
Okay.
So
you're saying that he's trying to be too athletic, even though he has the ability. He feels like he can, but you're saying, well, nigga, you got weak joints.
Wait, Mel. I feel like you just said the same thing. His weight is why he's injury prone, isn't it?
But he's been getting injured since college. And he wasn't like
He wasn't this big.
that
crazy big like that. He's been getting injured in
But
college.
so his weight is not helping him
But
either.
the injuries,
right? Yeah, definitely.
The injuries. Okay, I think I see what you're saying. He's putting too much stress on his body.
Yeah, not landing.
By the way he's playing, he's tall.
How much did he weigh in college? Because how tall is he?
Probably about 6'8",
6'9". He's big.
So even in college he looked slimmer, but he was still a big guy.
Yeah, of course he's always been big, but that's why he was so dominant. But he was probably, I would say, even in college, he was probably 240.
Oh, he's 6'6", 6'6", 284.
Yeah, so he was probably 240 in college. So he's bigger than he's taller.
That's still big.
He's huge.
That's huge.
284.
284 is crazy. He cannot be 284. Like, that's too big.
At that height, and you're running and your knees, all that stuff, bro.
Yeah, that definitely. Yeah,
that's why he blew his damn shoe out.
Yeah, nigga fell.
No, that's never happened.
That's never happened.
And so what? It's Nike's fault.
But he got what? Did he get? He got the deal.
Yeah, he got a deal off of it.
I mean, he's still getting cake. You know what I mean? They marketed him as the next LeBron.
He kind of was.
So for that.
But let's shift back over to the women.
Okay, so I'm disgusted. Like, and you don't hear me use that word very often. I'm absolutely disgusted. Like, this is trifling. I don't mind you playing her hard. Like, I don't mind you breaking her in. Mm-hmm. But if it's like we don't do, this isn't what we regularly do, right? We don't just regularly break rookies in. We don't, and then on top of that, if they're also talking,
yeah,
that's disgusting. So you're verbalizing that you're mad that you're getting what you've been asking for this entire time, and the reason you're getting what you're asking for is because you're now doing what we've been telling you need to do, but because it didn't come the way you wanted, you're mad. And I'm gonna go there.
Here we go.
This is the reason why we have this same problem in relationships with women.
Oh shit, we're going to. Oh shit, okay.
Was that's not the first thing y'all thought of?
I was thinking like the race factor.
Oh, I wasn't thinking that at all.
No, I didn't even think about that at all. Okay. It's the relationship thing. This is exactly what we see in relationships with women. This is exactly what Kevin Samuels was talking about.
Do you think it's because the women are a little bit more territorial? when it comes to the things in their lives that they feel as if they deserve or that they earned? Do you think that they could be considered?
I think it's delusion.
You think they're delusional?
I mean, Kevin said it. And we saw it displayed on this channel time and time again.
She's fun to watch.
Yeah.
And so, because she's fun to watch.
You see her break somebody up. She got her little step back, and then she.
Is it Steph Curry step back?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's her mentor or whatever.
Oh, you know what?
They've worked together.
You must be talking about the Cameron chick.
You're right.
Oh, okay. So she don't got the Steph Curry step back?
No, she does have a Steph Curry step back.
I thought she did. I think I seen it.
But they didn't work together. That was Cameron.
Okay.
Briggs.
Well, she studied him. It's delusion. And I'm not saying this to be like mean or something. Like it's what it is.
It's just the truth.
You're like they've gone on press tours complaining about this.
Bro, when they're going on podcasts off the court, before she even played her first game, they were throwing dirt on her name. They're as soon as she come in the league, she gonna see what it is. Like some of these women are retired.
Nigga, if I was in the WNBA as a cis woman.
What, nigga?
Mel, you better stop.
What?
If I was in the WNBA and I was one of those players, I was just being facetious.
Oh, I'm just like, you confused me when you started using using the alphabets.
We don't.
I was literally
Okay.
fucking
All right,
around.
let's not.
Like,
Okay.
come on now. Come on. Yeah, I mean, I'm pro-Trump.
I don't know what was happening.
What we doing, baby? I'm leaning to the right. No, I'm just saying, like, if I was in the WNBA and I was a player, nigga, I'd be dick riding her. Pause.
Wow.
I would be like, yo, I rock with you. Like, before you came to the league, we were looking like a YMCA.
Yeah.
Getting the bare bottoms, the bare minimum, eating from vending machines. Now we get first class flights. We get our own personal, like, I'm just like, bro, I would be extremely grateful for her.
I would too.
And
Yeah.
extremely.
They should be.
I would be I'd be like, bro, I would try to be her friend. Like,
No,
yo,
I'm not saying you got to go crazy and like, you know what I'm saying? Like, you know what I mean? Like, but
I'm dick riding her.
okay, well, I don't think that you would.
Yes,
but
I would.
If you were
I'm in a league,
if you were on the other team,
yes,
if you're on the other team,
yes,
no, I don't believe it.
Yes.
You just sat up here last week and talked about how you just sat up here and talked about how competitive you are.
Yes.
And you're
I'm not
telling me
saying I wouldn't compete and go hard at her.
I don't think
but
you-
I
I don't
wouldn't
think
try
you
to
would.
take the person who brought attention to the league out of our league by hitting her.
No,
and
I'm not-
causing injuries.
I'm not
'Cause
saying you
if
would
she
do that.
was to get injured
Oh,
right now,
it's bad.
what the fuck is going to happen?
It'll be bad.
No one is going to be watching the league. No one's going to be investing or paying attention the way they are right now. So if I'm the WNBA or the NBA, since the NBA is the one who are technically taking care of the
Subsidizing it,
WNBA,
yeah.
if I was in their position, I would be penalizing those women
That's why-
who are going so hard on her the way they are to the utmost extreme.
That's why she got ejected,
Bro,
Because I don't think that it was ejectable. It was hard, but it wasn't. I'm like, I had to watch it like 4 times. I'm like, I mean,
Yeah, at the end of the,
Wait. Flagrant fouls?
it's not that.
Nigga, you choked somebody. You put somebody.
I mean, it looked like she like grabbed her down. Like it wasn't like she punched her. I mean, I just feel like to be ejected.
Well, you also got to understand that they're not very physical. So what you're comparing it to the NBA.
Okay, maybe. Okay.
I don't know. I haven't seen it, but I'm just saying like that's.
I watched it like 4 or 5 times. I'm like,
but you,
I mean,
but
is this
you might be
ejectable?
comparing it to the NBA.
Maybe. But there
mean,
were
the
also
rules may be a little
there
bit
were also 2 of them. It was like it wasn't just one instance. It was like, okay, she's clearly there's something out here.
At the end of the day, it is a business. So I don't care if it was 9.
I agree.
Whatever. If
I agree.
you're hurting, just think about saying it's
This is
literally
our moneymaker.
It is literally the exact same thing when Michael Jordan came to the league. They found that player because before Michael Jordan, they were not getting the attention in the NBA the way that they have
Really?
they were not.
Magic didn't bring it.
Yes, yeah.
But they came around the same
Yeah,
time.
but Michael also he brought a lot because then they started bringing in new teams and stuff too. So
Because before Michael, they have never mentioned the greatest of all time, the best NBA player ever.
The league was still pretty young too, though.
You said what? He was
The
young?
league was still pretty young. I mean,
it was still young, but until Michael Jordan came along, this entire narrative, they pushed it because
but when did they start calling him the greatest? That was like in the 90s.
When Michael Jordan before he even won a championship, they was building him up, and then he won his first one, and then they called him the GOAT, the greatest of all time, and they pushed that narrative out there.
It's marketing, bro.
But even before that, like they have other players. I can't think of them off the top, but he has 7 rings. You know, and
Kareem.
yeah, okay, I guess Kareem, and then all these other players. They wouldn't call him Bird or Magic or any of these other players the greatest of all time until Jordan came into the league, and that's the exact same narrative that's. You know, that it's not being pushed with Caitlan, but the attention that it's garnering is on the exact same level.
We're seeing the foundation of it.
Yeah,
We're seeing the foundation
of how things are starting.
Well, yeah, you made an excellent point, right? This is a business. Why are they pushing it so hard? Because it's not like she's bringing in all the money to give you guys all this stuff. It's an investment. They're investing.
Nike invested into her. I mean, State Farm. They're investing. They see it.
They're in.
The companies see it.
It's like, what is wrong with you women? They're all investing now.
So now eyes start coming, right? The more eyes that come, the more games that start being watched, the more sponsorship dollars.
The more sponsorships.
Right? And that means, yeah, you may not be the first one, but you have the girls on the Las Vegas, whatever. They've won the last 2 championships. Do you think that the sponsors are not looking at them? Like, they're going to look at you now. Whether they were paying attention or not, they're going to. So maybe you don't have the Nike 34-year deal or whatever it is, or whatever her deal is, right? You still get more eyes on you.
Wait,
there's
what?
Yeah, Caitlin Clark has a crazy contract with Nike.
Millions.
It was something. It was a huge contract.
Jeez.
It was like $35 million over 3 years or 8 years, something like that.
With Nike?
Yeah, and there was Under Armour offered her a similar contract. It was more money but less time. But she wanted the longevity of the money.
For shoes.
It's a shoe deal.
Does Steph have Under Armour? Or
he's with Under Armour.
Okay.
So that's
bro. That's why she turned down Ice Cube's $3 million.
Yeah.
Well, 5.
Five.
Yeah, but that was looking at
Bro,
that was a better deal. It was good.
big
No, what I'm
three?
saying, no, it was good to turn it down.
Oh, it was very wise.
Yeah.
I was wondering why she turned it down.
They're both.
I mean, she could. There's probably something in the.
Yeah, I don't
there's
think
probably
so.
a contract.
You gotta have a
thing.
non-compete because you got to think.
They do play in different times of the year, though.
Bro, if his league gets traction, the NBA is in trouble in 20 years. Like if his league really gets traction, because he's going to create something that's for our culture.
I'll tell you what, it's kind of fun to watch.
I know it is.
They have the 4-point shot.
I know
mean,
it's fun to watch, and I've never even seen it.
They have when you get a foul, it's like a fireball, I think they call it, and then it's like, okay, it's 1-on-1. Like, I mean, there's some really cool, like, there's some fun, this video game type stuff.
Oh, it's more gimmicky.
Yeah, I mean,
maybe it doesn't replace the NBA.
Yes. I mean, it's only half court. It's 3-on-3. It's different.
Okay, so it doesn't replace the NBA.
It doesn't replace it.
Then, okay, that's weird then.
But
yeah,
it's fun though.
I wonder if they do have a contract though, because that's weird. They should be.
There's
okay.
money's got, but there's something there. But anyway,
I mean, she could have played because Jaylen Brown, who plays for the Boston Celtics,
he plays in the
yeah,
big
but
three.
you don't know that for sure because she's got different contracts. It don't necessarily got to be the NBA contract. Yeah. It could be one of her sponsors.
See, what these women were focused on, what everyone was focused on, is when their starter contracts or whatever drop, they're $76 million or whatever, and then every year it changes after that. Like the rookie contracts,
76,000.
Yeah, 76,000. Sorry, not million. Everyone was focused on that, but it's just like, but look at what she's doing now. So now the more money that comes into the league, and then now the NBA says, hey, you know what? Instead of us losing 50 million this year, we only lost 25, right? Maybe we'll actually put a little more money into this, right? Maybe in the next 2 or 3 years. But what'll happen is that the Indiana Fever will start getting a little better. But it's just crazy how they're hating on her so much, and it's just like you don't realize that she is helping you guys, and it's the dumbest thing in the world.
And I bet she's a good sport too.
Yeah,
I'm gonna say this.
And she's straight.
Right.
Because
she has a boyfriend.
And she got a boyfriend.
And she,
Angel Reese is straight too.
I saw her in
and Cameron Brink.
You know what I mean?
You know what I mean? And Cardoza. She only got. I think she only played one game because she got hurt. But
I saw her in a dress. I was like, okay.
She's all right.
I mean, her face isn't the most.
It's very
she
average.
looked like Eli Manning.
They said they were just like, oh, she's got pretty privilege. I'm like, pretty privilege. I said she's the most average.
Yeah.
Who said that?
There was something. It was not Fox. It was CNN. You know them left. You know what I mean? CNN, MSNBC. They tried. I'm sorry. I lied. This is even worse. It was The View.
Oh, The View.
The View is probably the worst.
Oh my God.
The View is probably the most despicable, the most egregious, the most
Go ahead.
Keep going.
Using big words.
disgusting, the most indigestible, the most
Heartburn. Nigga.
fucking putrid. I'm just like,
Putrid,
anytime I see a reaction video to anything that they say, they start talking about politics, they start talking about, I'm just like, how are they on TV?
I don't know who's watching them.
Like, who is watching The View and being like, you know what, I actually agree with this.
I mean, it's crazy.
Like, it's in like every single time, especially like the more prettier woman that's on there.
Yeah.
The pretty black chick.
I know you're talking about. I don't know her name. But.
I think Charlemagne was recently on there. And,
Charlemagne was on The View?
Yeah. And
I can see that.
Because they were talking politics and he's not endorsing Biden. And then
But he's not endorsing Trump either.
Yeah, he's
No,
not-
of course not. Why would he do that?
Why would they do that? You know, but they were trying to get him to endorse Biden and like going hard of like saying, so why wouldn't you do this? And I'm just like, bro, what is the agenda here? Like, you have a president in there who doesn't even know he's the president right now. And you want him to still be president. Like, what is going on here? And they're pushing him in this View. So anytime I hear The View, I'm just like, these humans that are up here, I would not have an intellectual conversation with them because I already know
You can't.
what they're thinking, like what they're talking about. They're stupid, you know? Like maybe they have good intentions, but to me, it comes off as an agenda that's supposed to be pushed anytime a guest, an athlete, or anyone who goes on there, there's always some kind of dispute.
Bro.
And like they had some dude on there who was like very mild-mannered and like speaking calmly, and he was expressing himself. I think he went on Joe Rogan because of his interview on The View. They were just attacking him just over and over, and because he was leaning towards Trump. And then they just had this rhetoric of spewing and bringing up and inciting, like the same narrative. He incited a riot at the Capitol and just they was literally attacking this man who had was very respectable and all this stuff. And I'm just like, yeah, like if you just because you have a different opinion of someone, it doesn't mean you have to push and point and be disrespectful towards someone in any type of way. So
you're telling me that they can't even muster respectful dialogue?
that's what it is every single time. Every single time that I've
I can't watch them.
Yeah, I don't like
Even with an open mind. I've tried to even watch clips. I'm like, I can't watch this.
Isn't
Whoopi Goldberg on there?
Yeah, Whoopi
Raven was on there.
but she left
Yeah.
when she woke up, right?
Yeah.
What's her name?
No,
was on there?
Vivica Fox, was she on there at some point?
I don't know.
What's her name? The Amanda Seals. I think she was on there.
Like on the
Like an actual
member?
host.
Yeah.
Oh, I don't know.
Jeez.
Yeah,
well,
yeah.
Oh, she was? Wait, the one from Shannon.
Yeah.
Oh God.
I don't know if I finished the whole, and I think I fell asleep. I don't know. I gotta finish that interview.
Yeah, that was a good one.
So she was on there, like for a while.
Who?
Amanda Seals.
Eventually, she maybe a few months, and then she got fired.
I can imagine.
Oh, she got fired. Oh, I need to hear the story. I'm not surprised she
Probably
got
because
fired.
probably
Even
because she
those
was
women
black.
couldn't deal with Amanda.
Probably because she was black.
That's what she'll say.
If those women can't deal with her, then she's really a problem.
Bro, oh my God. That speaks volumes. I'm sorry, Amanda. I understand you're on the spectrum and everything, but it's not an excuse. I know people on the spectrum that are really cool to like, you know what I'm saying?
It's not her intelligence. It's your personality.
It's your personality. Like, well, spectrum's not an intelligence thing. It's more of a, they don't understand nuanced social cues. But it's like, but I feel like you could fake that though.
Yeah, but even if you don't understand something, your personality is still so off-putting. It's not about. My best friend, his brother was autistic, so I understand that, right? And he was high functioning, but he not even like her, right? He was in a different level,
Right? Yeah, for sure.
right? But like with all of that, her intelligence, yada yada yada, like you can hear arguments and then you can have a conversation, right? You're just so off-putting, just the inability to listen and to actually have a conversation and to push and pull, right? A conversation or even a debate is a push and pull. Some things you got to give up a little bit, right? Give up a little ground, and that will allow the other person maybe to open up a little bit for you as well, right? So, but she can't have those things, and she's so defensive, and she's such a victim, it's unfortunate. So when the View brought up Caitlan Clark and they just said that she's white and she has pretty privilege, it just was crazy.
Like in reference to what? What's the privilege?
Why she's getting so much media attention.
That's absurd. There's plenty of white players in the WNBA.
Yeah.
What are we talking about?
That's
absolutely absurd. So her skill set has nothing to do with it?
And pretty privilege. So not just white, but also pretty. And I'm just like, I mean, Caitlan's she's a solid 5'6". I mean, 5. I mean, she's.
I mean, what are we considering? The total package?
I mean,
are we considering the total package?
I thought it was just.
Are we just physically?
I think fresh face out of the shower.
Yeah, she's about 3 or 4. Physically,
she looks
like Eli Manning.
I gave her a totality number.
Nigga, look at Eli Manning.
Steve likes Eli, don't you?
No, I like Peyton.
But they're brothers.
They're brothers.
I'm sorry. Are you and me the same?
No, but people who like me typically like you too.
I mean, there's a lot of people that don't like me and they like you. I got called arrogant.
When?
It was an old video I went back and saw. And they were just like, I don't like him. He's so arrogant.
They're projecting.
And I just was like, matter of fact, Jasmine sent it to me. It was I just said,
she be on it.
I got a question.
She be on it.
If I need to bleep it, I'll bleep it. But
okay,
because I'll be reading some comments,
as you should,
and then I'll be like, nigga, she being like, I feel like she about to square up with some of these like some people in the comment section.
Jet, she does not
really?
play.
I every comment, whether it's YouTube or something, I'll be like, nigga, she about to beat up somebody. So I'll pose a question.
Like, you're just saying just in general, or is this in response to something?
It's not like the specific words, it's energy.
You also have to understand that English is not her first language. So sometimes when she types something, it may come across a little bit funky.
I can understand it because I dated a girl from fucking Germany, and
so
I felt like was happening every fucking weekend.
So sometimes that's crazy. I'm just run right past that.
Run through that.
But sometimes when she'll write something, and in the beginning when we first started dating, I had to kind of really. I'm like, girl, are we okay? Like, okay. So that's it's just okay. Like so, and it's not that things are wrong, right? Or they're worded wrong, but just. Maybe the lack of an emoji or the lack of an LOL. Like even now, like she'll be like, "Oh, I'm joking," and I'm like, "You need to put an LOL in there because it didn't sound like you were joking."
Yeah.
Like she'd be like, "Oh,
understand how the text tone."
There's little things like in person she's great, right? But there's and I told her this. So sorry,
she's
baby.
extremely lovely in person.
She is through text as well. But there are times
I'm gonna likely bleep it, so it's all good. I'm not gonna bring any friction anywhere. But
friction,
I don't think that it would bring friction. But
bring friction. She's based.
I'm just saying.
She is based.
I'm just
gonna say this, man. Hey, baby, I love you, girl. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? You are the sun that shines in my room in the morning.
Oh, this nigga
you are the zero win that I take every day.
Wow.
Right? I mean, girl.
Are you whipped?
That's my baby, man.
I mean, Steven,
are you whipped?
Steven,
that's my baby.
Are you whipped?
He answered your question.
No, he didn't.
Yes.
No, he didn't.
The answer is yes.
Steven. I didn't say Chris. It's Steven whipped.
I want you because I think whipped has changed.
It's fine. Listen, let me say this, Steven.
Nigga, I ain't talking to you, nigga.
I don't care.
I ain't talking to you. I'm talking to Steven.
I don't know.
He doesn't want to answer the question because he thinks it's Passenger Princess. It's not.
I got traumas.
Okay.
Y'all, I have to take everything both of you say with a grain of salt.
Jesus.
I'm trying to set you up to win.
I don't know if I would consider myself whipped.
See.
Okay.
Now we're gonna get the cap.
I very much care for her.
Just because
I very much go out of my way for her. And I would
men get pussy whipped. Women get dickmatized.
I don't know if I would say I'm pussy whipped.
Yeah, but whipped on her personality. And
I mean, it's really just being in love, man. And also, it's a reciprocal.
It's got a negative connotation to it.
Like whip?
Yeah, it does. It does. But
I can see that, but I don't take it.
It does. But what you do when you're whipped is the same as when you're in love with the health in your.
It's just. If you would have asked me in a different way, I would have probably given you a better answer. But the word itself automatically puts someone on the defensive. But I don't think that the word is wrong.
I question that. Like, why do humans are?
Here we go.
I don't know. Like,
Here we go.
why do you? Like, because I personally didn't find Passenger Princess offensive in general. Like, I personally didn't find that offensive, you know, or at all. So I'm just like, when it comes to the whip, I'm just like, if you whip, nigga, you whip. Like, it is what it is. Like, he whipped. He staying up all night, texting her, looking at gifts.
Y'all be
stuff.
cake.
I mean, that's true. I do.
I
was just looking on Amazon the other day, like, man, does she need something?
And that's I don't think that's a bad thing.
I don't think it is
because
either.
you're being very thoughtful, you're being
Very
considerate
thoughtful.
in every situation. Like, man, how could she benefit from this? Or you know, you're just being very thoughtful in every situation.
Mm-hmm.
And if that's considered whip, nigga, I'm a fucking slave. You feel me?
You are.
That's what it's gonna be.
Who's got you whipped?
Me?
Yeah, you said you're a slave. Who's got you whipped?
I'm just saying if I was in a position to be whipped, but I'm not whipped.
I mean, you are in a position to be whipped.
You was in some positions last night. huh?
Wow.
I wasn't in any position.
Wow. Wow.
I wasn't in any position.
Oh, so you don't like the way that word sounded?
Nigga, that's gay.
Why? What? Because a position is a position. If I'm playing center, that's a position.
Okay, I see what
I mean, we do positions.
Oh, but you don't like the way that word sounded.
I don't mind.
It had a oh, you don't mind, but yeah, you just said that's gay.
Yeah.
So then you did mind.
Because typically men are the ones who are in control.
Mel, I don't know if you can see what I just did there.
I'm seeing what you're trying to do.
I don't know why I did it. It worked. It was recorded. It
can be recorded. It can be
bleeped out.
It was a
I'm
word.
gonna edit this shit
It
out.
was a word that I used, and it was just like I don't like that word
because men don't get put in positions.
I mean,
Well,
I said
exactly.
you
Yeah,
were
Exactly. If you at fucking Diddy party, you get put in positions.
you're a power bottom.
There's difference because being whipped is broad. It's a broad statement.
Could
Even Prince party, the fucking princess thing is a broad statement.
It's not broad.
It is broad.
It's not broad at all.
I would say it's
Passenger Princess is broad.
I honestly, I've never heard of that until you mentioned that last.
Okay, well, I'm telling you,
Oh.
who has heard of it, it's not broad.
I'm
And
telling
Chris
you.
knows it's not broad.
Oh, okay. I wouldn't have taken that though. Like being
Because you
considered
never- you don't-
a nerd,
because you
being
don't-
considered egotistical.
If you don't know
or
what it
being
is,
considered,
if you don't know what it is, you never heard of it. Why would you think it was offensive? You don't know what it is.
Exactly.
If I called you a snoo and you've never heard of it, you'd be like, okay, I don't see that. Why that's
sounds like
offensive?
a type of creature.
It sounds like a Pokemon or maybe
Yeah, it sounds
somebody who
a
likes to
Pokemon.
sleep.
It sounds
a
like
lot.
a creature.
Okay, great.
What's a snoo?
I just made it up. But that's
Well,
what I'm
it sounds
saying.
made up.
You don't
Did you
know.
make up Snoo?
No, I didn't make it up. But Snoo is from Futurama. It's Snoo was when that Amazon woman was basically talking about sitting on what's the name? The guy's face.
Oh, she's being freaky with Fry.
Yeah, Fry.
Okay.
That's Snoo. Right, but but what I'm saying is because you said you've never heard of it, you just like I don't really know what it passed. Yeah, it's not offensive to you.
But also, there's words that are taken as offense, as an offense.
Like being said you were put in a position.
I didn't get offended by that.
You just said you got defensive about it.
I didn't get offended.
Okay, well you.
But no, I'm just saying, like, because it comes off as gay.
Well, I didn't say that I was offensive. I said it was disrespectful.
Okay. I didn't find it disrespectful.
Oh, okay, well, it's
Like
fine.
you saying that being put in a position, I didn't find that disrespectful.
So where are we at in the conversation at this point? Because we talked about Caitlan. Did we finish? Then we went.
Mel's
to the
supposed to be
view.
steering the ship, and
went
we
to
got
the-
him
Man,
off
I
track.
try to steer a fucking ship, but you niggas don't follow road rules, nigga. Or fucking the boat, whatever the shit. I was trying to do that for a minute. Y'all guys just a height, vertical, jumping. I'm just like, all right.
Mel,
Get it out.
What I don't understand about you is we're literally giving you what you want. You get upset because we're giving you too much?
No. It's
Mel don't know what he wants.
no. I know exactly what I want, but I'm just garnering because not a lot of our audience is going to be like crazy about sports. So I didn't want to go crazy about that. Like
Yeah,
that.
but they like
That's it. That's
but
all.
they like seeing us go back and forth, don't they?
The negativity is going to be there. even though there's love in the air here. I mean, I have love in the air.
We're good.
We don't have no beef. Shoot,
mean-
we just made, you know what I'm saying, last night. You know what I'm saying?
But okay, anywho, we'll wrap here. We appreciate y'all rocking out with us. We are the Application of Knowledge podcast. I mean, hope you got your sports feel. Shout out to the ladies out there.
Hey, y'all, tighten up, bro.
You know what I mean?
Real
Tighten it
talk.
up.
Like, tighten up.
Do some squats or something.
Wow, I don't think that's what he was talking about, but
I was just
I'm not
adding
against it.
I was doing a metaphorical expression.
that makes okay.
You feel me?
Yeah, you're right.
I mean, you don't have to be literal or everything. It's okay with metaphors.
Yeah, you're right. You know what I'm saying? You the artist. You know what I mean? I ain't my bad.
We're all artists in our own way.
Yeah, that's
If-
true.
You know what I mean?
I have a question before we close.
All right, what's that question?
It's the NBA, the WNBA, right? If someone doesn't come after Caitlin Clark and Angel, maybe we'll say, does it continue to blossom?
I don't know anybody who's currently in the NCAA who people are like following like that.
Yeah.
That class of women. I'm not saying that all of them are individually on their own, because I don't think that if individually Caitlin Clark wasn't there, they would have brought over the same stardom. Caitlan put the eyes on that 2024 class, right?
Even though she didn't win.
Exactly. It makes it even crazier because she didn't win, right? So I don't think that same energy is going to be on last year. I mean, there will be still energy because now people watched. You have South Carolina that's won 2 years in a row,
Sisters, you know?
right? They're going. So eyes are going to be on them, right? And then you're going to have Caitlin's going to go back to Indiana. You know what I mean? They're going to. So maybe some eyes, but it's not going to be the same.
So I'm saying, like, let's just say the next 4 years. If someone else doesn't come, it's a problem.
If Caitlan is doing well, right? She starts building her team up. If they go 500 this year, I think that'd be great for them. They're not gonna be this crazy team. If she makes them better,
They can't, yeah.
Right?
They don't have that much ability.
So and then also we also have to understand that they just finished their NCAA full season,
right.
and then immediately went
she's-
into the pro season,
Right.
which is rough.
That's rough. But also has a lot of excitement and energy. You know what I'm saying?
They were able to just roll right into things,
Yeah.
right? But I think that next year is going to be a true testament to who she is.
Next year.
I think that she's going to
You
get.
think it only
She's going
takes
to
her
get.
1 year?
No, I'm saying like this year. I don't think it's really going to show who she really is. Like bro, you just went through a full college year of playing basketball. You went through the championships, right? So you went through the tournament. It's a long tournament.
For
It's
sure.
a lot of basketball.
For sure.
So,
For sure.
So then next year, she starts to mold with her team. The team can start to get to know each other, right? Like, they have to build chemistry.
For sure.
And there was even an interview when the one woman was like, listen, they're playing Caitlan really hard, and that really opens up so much for us, and we have to do better. Her teammate.
Yeah, because
that's what
all the
should be
energy is
happening.
on her,
And her teammates are watching. They're watching. Caitlin's doing her thing. They're watching. But that's because it's all new. It's all new
it's
to
like
everybody.
shocked. They're shocked.
So it's just like, y'all stop watching. Go get open, right? And Caitlan should have mad assists, right? So I think that next year it's going to be better for them in totality. But as long as she's doing well, I think the eyes will
energy
continue.
keeps going.
Yeah. I don't think they need somebody else.
If she continues to do well, and then if she brings that team to the championship, yeah, you'll get eyes. But I feel as though there's a cap on it, though. And I could be wrong.
Well, I think it's because of the market that she's in. She's
Indiana.
in Indiana. If she was in LA or like where Angel Reese is in, like Chicago.
Or Chicago.
Or even New York, some of these major cities, nigga, she would be out of here.
I mean, she's
already out of here.
She's-
But if
I
she
mean-
would have been in those major markets, New York, LA,
Vegas. But they're all.
Does she transfer?
she could get traded, but I don't think it would.
Who's gonna trade her?
Well, they're not going to trade her, right? So, but I'm asking you, when this is over.
Oh, her
does she-
contract.
When her
The
contract-
rookie contract's 5 years.
Ooh!
You're not going nowhere.
Ooh!
The rookie contract is 5 years.
It's gonna be like LeBron in Cleveland. She's gonna be there for a little minute.
Oh my God! 5 years.
And no one's trading her. But this is why they can invest. They're like, you're going to be here for a while.
Wow!
So she's not going nowhere.
You're not going nowhere.
Nah.
Yeah, I think it would have been cool to see them team up though, Angel Reese and Caitlin Clark. Like, I mean,
Well,
it's good to have the
they got
rivalry.
Cardozo. They got the two bigs, and I think when Cardozo comes back, they're going to get even more I think that Chicago in totality is going to be a better. They're going to have a better rise than Indiana, right? Which will essentially bring more eyes on them because both of them were superstars. So they got Caitlan Clark, but that's one person, right? Cardozo got hurt. If Caitlan got hurt, it's a wrap. But they still have Angel Reese, right? So you know what I mean?
Yeah, I don't think there'll be another celebrity status like of a
Superstar?
Yeah, superstar that'll come for a little
Anytime
bit.
soon?
Or if they do, it'll be surprising.
It might be like breaking the 4-minute mile.
Yeah, it could be.
It's a very good chance.
Possibly. We'll see. We'll see what happens. But yeah, man. Appreciate y'all rocking out with us. Animated Male, Chris James, Stephen, Michael. We will see you beautiful people and some of you non-beautiful people next time.
Wow. Why the shade?
Because there's some haters.
Oh, all right.
Sometimes we get haters.
That's true.
So them niggas ain't
I know we
beautiful.
definitely get some haters.
You know what I mean?
That's how you know you winning.
That's how you know if you ain't got haters.
You know what I mean?